Hi students, welcome to Sri Annapurna High School CBSE online sessions for 8th Science. This is Krishnamurthy, biology teacher. Today we are going to learn about cell structure and functions. Our earth is inhabited for different kinds of living organisms. All these organisms showing different kind of structures. When we have observed these living organisms from microbe to man, the primitive organisms, archaebacteria, eubacteria, protistae, fungi, plant and animal, when compared each and the other, each and every one structurally too different. That's why each and every organism made up of a specialized units, they are called cell. In 1665, while examining under primitive microscope, Robert Hooke observed some kind of compartments which is similar to honeycomb. He named them cells. Later, he wrote about them in his book Micrographia in 1665. After Robert Hooke, another scientist, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, is also discovered living cells in different kind of organisms. He discovered sperm cells of human being, frog, dog, fish and insects. Here all living organisms are made up of cells. When we have observed a living organism, we can find out structure of that organism. A group of cells, when accumulate, they make tissue, and the tissues make organ, and the organs make organism. Finally, the organism, when we have observed, they contain only cells. That's why cell is the structural and functional unit of living thing. In similar to non-living thing, example a wall, the wall is also constructed with brick and sand. When we construct with brick and sand, these are also similar to living thing cell. So bricks and sand particles are building blocks of wall, and as well as in living thing, cells are the building blocks of living organism. According to cell size and structure, we can divide all these organisms from archaebacteria to animal kingdom into two groups. Organisms, according to presence of cells, we can divide two kinds. When a body may have only single cell, they are unicellular body, and may have number of cells, they are multicellular body. Unicellular body example, amoeba is there here, and multicellular bodies, all well developed animal, those are present on terrestrial in water. When we have observed the single cellular body in amoeba, there is no specialized organ in them. Even though they can surviving themselves, when we have observed the well developed body, in contain different kind of tissues, different kind of organ systems, but in unicellular amoeba there is no such kind of structure. Even though there is no such kind of structure, the unicellular bodies can get all kind of life processes. I thought in earlier class you had learned about life process. The process which is helping for the survival of a life is known as life process. Even though there is no any specialized organs in single cellular organisms, they can perform all kind of life processes or metabolic activities. So few seconds back I have taught about life processes or metabolic activities. Once again listen. Digestion is a metabolic activity, respiration is a metabolic activity, excretion is a metabolic activity, reproduction is a metabolic activity, growth is also metabolic activity. All these activities carrying out inside the cell, even though there is no any specialized organ. In the cell contain some kind of material is there which is meant for protoplasm. Along with protoplasm, the cell contain nucleus. By controlling along with nucleus, all organelles, whatever may be there, minute parts, with control and coordination, respiration, excretion, reproduction, digestion, everyone carrying themselves. To get the food material, there is no any specialized organ in amoeba, because we are learning about unicellular body amoeba. To get the food material from the external environment, the body can make some projection which is meant for pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia means feet. Pseudopodia means false feet. The projection to get the food material, after getting that food, after engulf that food, again the projection should be merged into the body. And not only that, to collect the food material, with the help of pseudopodia, this amoeba can move from one place to another place in the water, can swim from one place to another place in the water. But in unicellular bodies, not there all kind of pseudopodias. In some are cilias are there and some are flagellus are there to collect the food material. When we have observed the multicellular body, they contain different kind of organs are there. What are the different kind of organs in multicellular body? Example, human body, we have heart, lung, liver, kidney, pancreas, digestive system, brain, skin, etc., etc. Each and every one can do a specific function to alive us. When we have identified different kind of cells inside our body, they should get different kind of sizes and different in number and different in shapes. The shapes of the cells are in human body, some are circular, some are hexagonal, some are round, some are pointed end, and some are branched. Here this diagram representing different kind of shapes and structures. When we have observed ovium, it represents round, and nerve cell it is showing branching, and muscle cell it is showing pointed end. Like that, each and every cell shows different kind of shape and structure. Now let us study about nerve cell. Nerve cells are very important to transmit the information in our body. These nerve cells may be present more than 80 billions in our brain. When we have observed the nerve cell, it contains cell body, a long tube-like structure axon, and end of the axon contain hair-like projections which are meant for telodendrite. On the cell body is also contain hair-like projections which are meant for dendrites. Internally the cell has a stained body is known as nucleus. and also small granules are also present inside the cytoplasm. Thus, the small particles are known as Nusselt's granules, and the axon covered with a membrane which is called myelin sheath. These are the important cells in our body to transmit information from one place to another place. These dendrites connecting with another neuron dendrites. In between these two dendrites, gap is there. That gap is known as synapse. The information should receive from one cell body to another cell body and pass that information to telodendrites. Let us discuss about cell structure and functions. Already I have taught about structure. In the next class, I will explain about functions of neuron. Thank you.